25 May. Dearest Suzie, yesterday I didn't get my usual letter from you, so I figured you had finally just missed a day writing. Then this morning I had to go to the orderly room real early, and the mail clerk met me at the door with a letter that came in late last night. Then I went back at 1100, and today's mail had come in, and I got another letter. I hated to hear Jim had to go to the Dominican Republic, but I'm not surprised. But maybe he will be home before you get ready to go to Jersey. That is a good idea, getting him to help you drive part way. The other day I took that picture you sent me of Billy, and a little one I had of Brian, and got 2 colored enlargements made of them. They probably cost me $1.50 each with frames, but I wish you could see them. That old boy did a fine job on them. We aren't working today, but we have sure made up for it yesterday. One of the Vietnamese companies near here got ambushed, and many of them were killed, including 2 Americans. We spent the whole day searching for them. I flew 8.5 hours yesterday. I really appreciate you writing every day, even if I don't. Notice I didn't say couldn't. I have enough time to write every day, but most days I am just beat at the end of a day. Even when I don't fly, I stay pretty busy. Tell the boys I miss them, and I love all of you very much. It won't be long now. All my love, Bill. In today's letter, Bill opens with a small moment of joy. 2 letters from Suzie in one day. It's a reminder of how much of these daily notes mean to him, how carefully he waits for word from home. Even something as ordinary as a delay in the mail becomes a moment of worry, a gap in the rhythm that keeps him going. But the letter arrives, and so does another. It's a good day for mail, and a good day for remembering what he's holding on to. He also writes briefly about his brother Jim, a Marine now being sent to the Dominican Republic. In May of 1965, the U.S. had begun military intervention in the Dominican Civil War under the pretext of stopping a potential communist takeover. Bill doesn't dwell on it, but his tone is telling. He's not surprised by Jim's orders. One brother flying combat missions in Vietnam, the other en route to a Caribbean conflict. It's a quiet reminder of how deeply this era called upon young men from military families, how service for many wasn't a question, but a given. Bill hopes Jim can help Suzie with the drive north to Jersey, and it's clear he's already imagining his family in motion without him. The letter also contains one of those small emotional gestures that says so much more than it appears to. Bill had 2 photo enlargements made of their sons, Billy and Brian, and he writes with pride about how beautifully they turned out. He wishes Suzie could see them. It's another example of how he's reaching for home in every way he can, preserving it, framing it, keeping it close even as the war carries on around him. And that war is still painfully real. He mentions that a nearby South Vietnamese unit was ambushed the day before, leaving many dead, including 2 Americans. Bill and his crew spent the day searching for them, logging more than 8 hours in the air. He doesn't describe the scene or the mission in detail, but the weight of it lingers in his tone. He doesn't have to say what it was like. We can feel the toll it takes, physically, emotionally. Even on days when he doesn't fly, he says he's still beat. The pace is relentless, the risks are constant, and yet, somehow, he's still thinking about those photos, about his brother's travel plans, and about how good it will feel to be home. That's the note he closes on. It won't be long now. It's a phrase we've heard more and more lately in his letters, a short-timer's mantra. But this time, it lands differently. Coming after news of his brother, after remembering how hard things can be for everyone, those 5 words feel more like a prayer than a calendar check. He's hanging on, not just for himself, but for the family that's writing him every day. And we're left, once again, with the portrait of a man trying to hold together the pieces of war, family, and memory, knowing that soon, if he's lucky, he'll be home again to put them all in the same frame. The photo I chose for today shows an injured Vietnamese man sitting in the back of a Huey. Standing in front of him is an ARVN officer. In the foreground is a blurry profile of a Vietnamese man. Could he be a civilian? A fellow member of ARVN? A POW? I'm Alex Lowy, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode of Dearest Suzie and receiving messages from the past that my Popi wrote exactly 60 years ago. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. Please consider following the podcast on your preferred platform, and if you're enjoying it, I kindly ask that you take the time to rate the show and leave a review. Also, please follow the project on YouTube, X, and Instagram. All likes, comments, shares, and reviews will help grow the reach of this story. The links for these things should be in the description of this episode. Please feel free to email me at dearestsuziepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to say. I'd love to chat or to hear about your stories as well. Thank you for listening, and God bless.